I suggest you check out the book Alien Contact by Timothy Good. It has a section in there with of a physicist by the name of Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar claims that he worked in 1989 at Area 51 S4 dealing with the back engineering, and he worked specifically on the propulsion systems of the 9 alien craft housed at Groom Lake, Nevada.
And he's put out a videotape detailing how these propulsion systems work, and nobody's been able to prove him wrong, and it fits right in with mainstream science. It's pretty amazing and awesome technology, but it is just technology.
Great. I'll send you a letter.
Thank
you very much.
Pete, or call us after the program.
I'll do that.
Thank you very much, Pete. Anything else?
No, right offhand, I was listening to the gal on the tape, and I have been into the psychic end a little bit, and there is such a thing as what they call astro travel, and it does work. But I would be very careful unless you have somebody that knows a lot about it.
You know, Pete, you bring up the word astral travel and the astral projection. I recall reading a book some 20 years ago in high school dealing with a book written called Journeys Out of the Body, written by Robert A. Monroe. A very fascinating book dealing with astral projection. I believe what this man was able to harness and to contain in himself, where he would go to sleep and put himself in some kind of a trance, and he would describe going to, of all places, heaven, or visiting a friend across town. Where the friend, he would relate stories where he would go visit people that he knew, and the gentleman would be sitting there playing the piano and had a sweater on. He'd wake up the next day and then call his friend and ask him what he was doing at 3 o'clock that afternoon, and relate this experience that he had. Is this what you were referring to?
Yeah.
Have you tried it, Pete?
Yes, I have.
Pardon me?
Yes, I have.
And how long have you been doing it? Would you care to elaborate on it, please, for us?
Well, I'm not sure I know that much about it. I do know that it's a very interesting experience.
I'll bet.
Time does not seem to exist when you're in that state.
Very good, Pete. Very good. Call us after the program or send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I guarantee we have some information covering the propulsion systems of the alien spacecraft that I guarantee you will find more than a little interesting.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pete. Welcome to the Cosmic Connection. Next caller, please.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Name's Pierre.
Pierre. Hi, Pierre.
Hi. I just stumbled on this while channel surfing, and I've had a fairly long-term interest in UFOs. And I was wondering if maybe you guys have some information that could add to some things that Bud Hopkins had said a little over a year ago when he was in town. He related a story where he said at the time that he was presently interviewing and also working in terms of counseling with a number of people that had witnessed aliens that were able to literally suspend themselves above the ground and go through solid walls and abduct people through the solid walls. And he did even alluded to the fact that one of the witnesses to this was a well-known national political figure, and he said he wasn't at liberty to really discuss the details of the lecture at the time, but that more information would be coming out about this shortly, and I've just never heard anything else about it since then.
Yeah, Bud Hopkins was here about a year ago. Anything to add on that, Dennis? I haven't heard from Bud Hopkins in quite a while in any form.
I saw that lecture. That particular case you're referring to has received a lot of publicity, and the skeptics are trying hard to debunk it and have failed so far, but he has not released the name of the famous person you're talking about, or even the bodyguard guarding that person. But that was a multiple witness abduction right in the middle of Manhattan.
I'm sure that's the exact case that I'm talking about. I just was hoping that you guys had heard something since I'd last heard Bud Hopkins. But the thing I would like to add, though, is, boy, it's just tremendous you guys are on TV. How long have you been on?
Since July 11th of '93. Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Yeah, hi. Connector?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. My name's Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, how you doing? Great show.
Thank you.
Anyway, just wanted to bring to your attention the March '94 edition of all things Popular Science. and it's got a cover page story of secret air base, and they're talking about Area 51, Groom Lake, and they've got like about a 5-6 page spread with photos and
color photos.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat article. It's kind of scary when they show the warning restricted area stuff, and on the bottom of that warning sign, I guess they have it all down the road there. It's use of deadly force authorized.
Can we get a shot of this camera?
Those guys mean business.
Yeah, you bet they mean business. The picture that we're getting a shot of right now is one of those warning signs, and it basically implies if you even dream or think about this area, they'll come and arrest you. It's a pretty serious warning.
Yeah, I've just kind of scanned through the article. It's really interesting. It's got a Russian satellite photo of the place and a couple other satellite photos. It's got some other information about other people who go out there to watch U.S. military aircraft. So it's not just UFO guys who go out there to watch, but
Oh, absolutely.
It's an interesting article.
Mark, was that the photo that you were talking about?
Well, I'm looking at the TV. I can't quite see it.
Can we get a shot of that camera for?
This thing says. This thing says in big.
Popular Science. Is that correct? For March.
Yeah, Popular Science, March 1994, and it's going right with what you guys say. They kind of
How
underplay.
about that photo right there, Mark?
That looks real familiar. Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys, and one of the guys who go out there, I guess, and they kind of try to not break into the area, but certainly get close. They talk about beige uniformed guys trailing them, and other setup sites where observers have tried to set up and watch the base. They come out at night, and it sounds like they machine gun those sites, but I'm not sure if that's what the article's saying. It also talks a lot about the government wanting to take that 4,000 acres of mountain site
Sure.
and completely, restrict that whole area. So
Well,
it's
that
an
has
interesting
been
article.
approved. That takeover of the Whitesides Mountain Range has been approved and isn't supposed to take effect for 2 years, but nonetheless, it's just as good as in effect. Even before this went into effect, anybody that took binoculars, cameras of any type up the Whitesides Mountain Range had it confiscated. The only way they'd leave you alone is if you went up with no equipment. They'd let you walk up and look down in there.
Boy.
Mark, have you been to Area 51?
I have not, but I'll tell you, I halfway planned a trip there.
Sure.
And reading this article and also just kind of understanding that when the government gets serious, they get real serious, I get kind of spooked about going out there.
Well, that is the whole point of part of these articles that are coming out now. They don't want you to go out there because of programs like this, the Billy Goodman Happening, of which I was associated with in 1989 in Las Vegas. Your George Knapp specials, your sightings, all have been talking about this Mailbox Road, Area 51. I've been out there personally 5 or 6 times. Dennis has been out there.
Oh God, I'd love to get out there.
Before you go,
yeah.
Well, they have
we have an Area 51 viewer's guide that'll show you exactly where you can and cannot go.
Yeah, I've been meaning to send you guys a letter to